Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Non-League Night. I'm joined by football writer Ben Hobson, and over the course of the show we're going to be looking at the best of Manchester's non-league action. We start off at FC United of Manchester. A week after suffering cup heartbreak at the hands of conference side Torquay, the Reds' attention turned back to the league as they took on a Marine side struggling in the table. We hand over to the team from FCUM TV for this one.
With the division at the moment, we're on the back of a good win after the Torquay game, and then a good win against Barwell midweek. Josh, what do you reckon about today?
I think we've just got to carry on, haven't we? We've been playing well in recent weeks, and I think it's important just to get the 3 points. Played reasonably well on Tuesday night. It's just got to carry on the form and get the momentum to hopefully another 3 points.
So let's have a look at this FC side. Brownhill, Daniels, Birchie, Lacey, Ashworth, Matty Wolfenden, Byrne, Shelton Payne, Jerome Wright and Craig Lingfield. Strong side that, Josh. The pre-match comments about the side were that we're really developing some pace in the side at the moment, and that showed on Tuesday night with Shelton Payne, and when we brought Rory Fallon on, the kid looks like he's got real pace. So Marine kicking towards their own supporters in this first half, obviously hoping to get something from this and get out of the dire position that they're in at the moment, Marine. And FC followers, I would assume, hoping that we can...
Got it. Cleared. Promising sign that, I think the fact we got behind them. But they're now on the counter-attack.
Tom Pear's away with it. Good shot! Goal!
That wasn't in the script.
After one. Burn. Looking for opportunities. Jerome Wright, left foot. Second chance, Daniels! Oh, he couldn't connect with it. He's got Payne on his left-hand side. Jerome Wright on the overlap. Go on, Jerome. First time. Great ball!
Okay.
Ooh. Birch. Second header, Linfield.
A little bit more. Which have been very good at times this season.
See, they're running through this midfield, aren't they?
Yeah.
Marine. Look at that. Ran all the way to Kidd, and a good
Save.
shot. Gets a rebound, Tom Pearce too. Oh, he took the rebound. Jerome picks it up. Inside, Payne. Right foot.
Oh, good effort.
Good effort.
Built an attack up there.
Good little turn by Pearce. Good ball inside. Look at him streaming forward here, Marine. Unchallenged, Jamie Manat. Great ball. Could have been 3 that.
But is that the turning point?
Liam Brownhill. Good cross. Yeah!
Cracking ball in.
Linfield. Cuts inside on his left foot.
Great ball that on. Well
Keeper
punched by the
punches.
keeper.
Birch! Yeah! Get in there, Birch! Linfield, back post, Shelton Payne there again. Inside, Birch! Get in there, Callum!
Great control from Greaves there. He's won himself a free kick. He's taking it quickly.
Payne! Yes! 4-2!
Chris Lynch and Rory Fallon about to come on for FC.
Well, we know Fallon's got pace, and they certainly won't want that, Marine, will they? Not at this point.
They won't want, no, definitely not.
Ball over the top, Birchie, Wolf is away,
Oh,
lobs
what
the
a
keeper!
shit.
Yeah! What a finish! Wolfie, what a lovely finish that.
What were we ever worried about? Great ball. Headed in. Greavesy, blocked. Linfield with the shot deflected and into the keeper's hands.
Delivers a good one. Oh, that's a great attempt.
Offside, I think. Yep.
There, Wolfie. Ooh, strong challenge that. and again, but Marine come away with it.
He's come out worse than that as well.
Tom Pearce, shot and goal, good save by Dave Darnell. The referee blows the final whistle. A convincing win for FC after being 2-0 down, Josh.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting the game to be as relatively easy it was in the end. After coming back.
So, a win nonetheless, a convincing scoreline, but perhaps not as convincing performance.
Exactly. By looking at the scoreboard, 5-2, you'd think FC have completely dominated this game, but it's not the case. 2-0 down after about 15 minutes. The two centre-backs in particular were looking very shaky, Ashworth and Lacey. Pears was running rings around them for the first 15 minutes, especially on the first goal. They were split apart easily. For the second goal, he pounced and neither of them reacted.
But as the game developed, probably from around the 35-minute mark, FC really seemed to come into it, and a big part of that was the wing play. Exactly.
Brownhill at right back, or right wing back, and Linfield on the right-hand side. They were both magnificent, and Wright at left back and Linfield in particular, they were absolutely excellent, you know, running rings around all of the defenders. In particular the second half, the first half really won't get going at all.
Goals have always been a feature of FC United's game, but the fact that without Tom Greaves, obviously there's been a Norton injury, still finding goals, that must be encouraging for them.
Yeah, as I said again, it's all coming from the wings. I mean, Daniels plays brilliantly, you know, he's a great team player, but he doesn't deliver goals. It's all coming from the wing. Linfield scored in as many games as I can think of, and Brownhill is just, his distribution is brilliant, as you saw for the first goal, Linfield flicking in from his cross, just excellent.
FC United were in action again on Tuesday night as they played Ashton United with the opportunity to go second in the league.
Jerome decides to knock it to the back post. Yeah, exactly, keep the pressure on. Let's raise this, lift the pace a little bit. Ashworth gets his head on it.
That could go anywhere.
Yes!
Greavesy! Tom Greaves, get in there! FC.
Get in there, Greavesy lad! Well, it was coming, wasn't it? And they'd had a spell.
Yeah, starting to build up ahead of steam, and finally we've got something.
It was a good header that from Luke Ashworth.
Kept alive, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
The stand opposite us is rocking again.
At the moment, it's very much as you were. He's onside. He was definitely onside. Look at Payne in the middle. Give it him.
Yes! Second goal and finish! Tommy Greaves again. Well, Shelton Payne was yelling for it in the box, and Greaves managed to get it past the keeper and into the net. What a great goal from Tommy Greaves.
Yeah. Connected with that absolute.
Greedy so-and-so, Tom. An absolute belter, lad. Another brace from Tommy Greaves.
Well,
looking for Fallon.
Well, he's kept it in. Well, if indeed that was a ball to Fallon, that was a
ball to Fallon.
Ball.
Daniels, edge of the box, Byrne.
Oh yeah,
that's a good ball.
Fallon.
Yes! It wasn't Fallon, it was Liam Brownhill. What a really good goal that was. Yeah, lovely interplay there. Greg Daniels involved.
Goal scorer for FC United, number 2, Liam Brownhill.
Yeah, lovely place pass into the back of the net, and that seals it for FC certainly.
What a finish though, that just slotted that in.
So that win moves FC United to second in the table with 7 games in hand behind leaders Skelmersdale. We now move to Salford City, who were in desperate need of a win to keep up their title push against leaders Darlington. They played a New Mills side languishing at the bottom of the table. We join Joey Payne for this one.
Hello and welcome to Moor Lane for this EvoStick First Division North clash. Today Salford take on New Mills. The Ammies currently sit second in the league and will be looking to further boost their promotion chances against a side who rests second from bottom. Long throw by Swirred, headed out. And again. And it's fallen to Koo, onto Dean. Flicks it, and here's Seddon, looks to control it. And on goes Phil Dean down this left hand side for Salford. Was he fouled? Referee says no. Poor free kick there. He was lucky to find his own man in truth, but he's challenged now. And here's Seddon, good ball over, looking for Madeley. Sam Madeley's in here for Salford, round the goalkeeper. He's taken it just too far, but still has men available, like Seddon at the back post. Good save, Ashley. Great save by the New Mills keeper, and now they can look to get it away. Long ball over by Lynch. Took down by Jordan Hume, and Seddon! Good strike, 1-0 Salford, 15 minutes in. Tidy finish there by Seddon, and you've got to say Salford deserve it from this first quarter of an hour. Thrown in by Lynch. Seddon on the turn, good effort, and great save, Ashley. A good battle between these two. Long throw by Chalmers. Headed out not far enough though, and here's Aaron Chalmers, and now Grimshaw. Didn't catch it well. Gary Spencer. Good run here. Clever ball too, and here's Dean into Madeley. Should have done better. Ashley takes it short. Long ball over. Headed away, not too convincingly though. And here's Lee O'Brien. Good effort, nearly made Salford rue those earlier missed chances. Now here's Morning driving at the defence onto Madeley. Look good here for Salford. Madeley into Chadwick. 2-0.
So another home win for the Ammies. That keeps the pressure on at the top of the table.
Indeed, Darlington have got 3 games in hand over Salford, and obviously they're top of the league. We've got Spennymoor Herd just below Salford, who've also got games in hand. So, you know, Salford are going to have to keep up this run of form if they're wanting to push for promotion. And
they've got goals in the side. Gareth Seddon, 14th for the season. He had a brief spell out the side, but he's coming on strong now.
As indeed, I mean, it's an absolutely formidable partnership between him and Madeley. That was the 14th goal of the season for Gareth. And if him and Madeley keep going like that, you know, they're really going to get up there at the top of at the end of the season.
A 2-0 win against a New Mill side that really Salford should be beating. The performance perhaps wasn't there, but beating a team and not playing well is quite often a sign of a champion. Do you think that's something that Salford will be happy about? I
mean, yes and no. I mean, Burn will be wanting to see you know, a good performance and a good win, but it doesn't come at times. I guess it does show a sign of champions if you can, you know, play poorly and still win. You know, a win's a win at the end of the day.
There's been obviously a lot of attention around Salford City this year with the class of '92 coming in. Does that add extra pressure on these players to do well, or is it business as it would have been?
I mean, you'd think so. I mean, Neville, obviously, Scholes, they're all absolute legends. But it doesn't seem to have had too much of an effect on them, to be honest. I mean, they're second in the league. If there was a lot of pressure of them and it's, you know, affected them, you'd think they'd be further down, but obviously they're second in the league, so I wouldn't say so, no.
And eyebrows were raised when Phil Powell was given the axe halfway through the season. Do you think that new management team's come in and picked up and done the job well?
I think so. Having come from Ramsbottom, you know, it's not the easiest of changes, but I'd say they've done extremely well to come in and, you know, win so far, so let's hope the best and see if we can get that promotion.
Over to Stockport now, who hosted Hyde. The Hatters were looking for another win to fuel their promotion push against the Hyde side.
Hyde, keeping right to left. Gregory here, away from Moses. It's out to Luke Givering on the right hand side. He cuts back in, trying to find options. He's got the centre, Ben Holmes. Ben Holmes looking for options. Tries the first time shot. Never jumped Hurst in that kind of range. Fabulous with the throw in. Comes to Halloran. He tries the long ball, goes left. Gives it to Wolf to chase onto. Wolf's got Riley for company there. First time cross, overheaded Glover, cleared away. Moses on the edge of the area here. Feeds it out wide to Chris Sharp. Chris Sharp, nice fit, was going for the fullback. Plays inside, comfortable for the keeper. It's Brownhill. It's out to Connor Hughes now. Hughes tries in the centre of the half. Finds Givering. Givering neat through ball. Here's ball. Adam for company. Great block straight into the hands of Hurst. Long ball by the skipper Lees. Headed away by Brownhill. Oh, Hughes' back header goes nicely to Chris Sharp. Over to Dennis. With a great ball over to Wolf now. Wolf going to drive his defender. Cuts inside. First time ball. Onto the header. Glover! Off the post. So unlucky for Stockport. Duxbury, the long ball forward here. Brownhill tries to get the keeper. Oh, he's got this all wrong. Surely 1-0. Yes, it is. Christian Dennis, the benefactor, with 16th goal of the season. What a terrible mistake. Brownhill would not want to see that back again. Right, cut out again. Dennis. Hyde on the sea, drives the defence. First line shot, whistles just over the bar. Wolf got Riley for company here. Neat foot is cut inside. Shot straight at the keeper. Stockport completely in control here. Out on this right hand side with Fagboller. He's driving forward, completely unopposed as he ventures into the half. Looks for options in the centre. Tries the first line cross. Wayward. Where's the game? Oh! Just over the bar. That's Perry NG here. Because he unopposed with Kruloni. Drives into the heart of that fence. Finds ball. Surely 1-1. Great save from Hurst to keep the score 1-0 County. Great ball out to Wolf. Wolf is giving Riley all sorts of problem. Picks out his cross. Header Glover. 2-0. Brilliantly crafted goal by County. Glover's third goal since signing from Hensford. Wolf for the free kick. Squares it across. And the header for Glover. Nearly his second. Foiled by the crossbar. Hyde right, winning 15 games now this season, trying to get back into this game. It's a long one. Connor Hughes goes all the way, surely not. Great save by Hurst. Rebound falls to Gregory, can't get hold of it. What a run that was by Hughes. But excellent goalkeeping there by Hurst, keep it at 2-0. And the Wolf. Wolf has been everywhere today. Squares the ball in again. Chris Sharp can't quite get his header on target. Long ball out from Hurst. Back header, getting it on by Glover. Glover says Dennis away, can't keep his shot down. Quick throw to Glover here. Oh, it just skims the outside of the post. Williams scrambling there. So here we go now. Glover. He's squares inside to the substitute Lofthouse. So from the company. Brings out for Scott Spencer. Another introduction. He gets away from Riley. He's had a torrid afternoon. Nice chest down there to Moses. Moses squares out, left out to Lofthouse. He's got acres of space on his left hand side. Fires the ball across. Dennis on the turn.
So a relatively easy win for Stockport against the Hyde side that they look doomed, don't they?
Unfortunately they do. That's 9 games now. They've lost out the last 11. But it's fair to say they did have chances in this game. They were the better of the two sides in the first 20 minutes. It's just comical errors, I'm afraid, in the defence that's putting them in this position. I mean, Kyle Brownhill in particular, that chest back for the first goal, I mean, it's dreadful, really.
But when you're in a rot like that, I mean, how do you get out of this for Hyde?
It's difficult to say, really. I mean, it's just luck. You need some luck at the bottom of the table, and most teams don't get it, unfortunately.
For Stockport, a win's a win against anyone. They're still pushing for that playoff place, which is obviously a real cherry on the cake for them if they could get it. Do you think they've got a chance of promotion?
I'd definitely say so. I mean, every team in that playoff place, in those playoff places, I'd think has a chance. They were poor today, but fair play to them, they won, and it's a push for promotion for them as well.
So 2 more games to come now. Firstly, we go to Altrincham, who are a side looking to get their 4th consecutive home win. They hosted a Forest Green team doing well towards the top of the table. We join the team from Alti TV for this one.
It's cleared long. Coles puts the ball back in. Coburn comes, claims that very well, but that's a sloppy ball by Clee. And that's awful by Clee. He's played the ball straight into John Parkins, right into his path. Stuart Coburn, after punching Clay very well, it went straight to an Altrincham player. He was just out of position there, and you've got to blame Nicky Clee for that. And out for a throw-in on the left-hand side. Nicky Clee goes long into the box. It's over Kyle Perry. Damien Rees, what a touch! Can Perry get there? He can! Kyle Perry has scored! Nicky Clee with a fantastic throw-in, a long throw. He saw the threat of Perry and Reeves. Reeves took a fabulous touch. He was trying to tee it up for himself, but it ran straight into Kyle's feet. His first touch was poor. It looked like he might have just overrun it. With the ball back to Sinclair. challenged by Richmond. That's a good challenge and mopped up by Malt. Out to Clay on the left-hand side. Looks to attack the fullback. Great ball in. Quick ball in. Can Damien Reeves get there? He can, but he's sliding in. It's a good effort. He's got it on target, but the keeper's more than a match to that. You'd expect the keeper to save that, but
he certainly couldn't hold on to it, and it was a great move and a good hit. And here's James Lowe with the shot blocked. Here's a chance, and it's there! Sorry to take compensating duties off you, Brian, but what a great goal by Damien Reeves to make it 2-1 to Altrincham. A shot blocked, deflected, and who was on the spot in the right place at the right time, 6 yards out. You can finish your sentence, can't you? It was Damien Reeves.
Clough clears out to the left-hand side. Kelly into Parkin. He's in acres of space between defence and midfield. His touch was poor, but it's cannoned off him. The clearance is cannoned off him to Marwood, and that's an equaliser for Forest Green Rovers. It looked like John Parkin had got himself all mixed up and confused there, but
good stuff. Brighton, and he has finally with a bit of behind you. He has indeed. It's his second yellow. Clearly, the referee heard Brian Flynn's exhortations to send him off, and sure enough has acted quite rightly to show a second yellow card to Danny Coles, and off Coles goes.
His ball's deflected off, and there goes the final whistle. That was a great game of football. Altrincham certainly the better side, but the shares have spoiled. The final score here in front of 1,071 is Altrincham 2, Forest Green Rovers 2, and the crowd have certainly had their money's worth this afternoon.
So a draw. Fair result in the end, Ben?
I'd say so. I mean, 2-2, it's expected in most games like this, although Forest are high up in the league. I think it is a fair result. I mean, they did have a man sent off, but just like to pick out John Parkin's goal. The first goal for Forest Green was an absolute cracker. I mean, yes, it's a mistake from the keeper, but he's volleyed that from at least 20 yards. It's straight into the roof of the net. It's an exquisite finish.
And we picked out the defence in the last game, but in this one, both teams seem to have a real good go in attack.
They did. I mean, they both attacked well. I mean, it was resolute defending on the whole, but as I said, Danny Coles did get sent off for a professional foul. Second yellow, I mean, it was completely deserved. It was poor.
Altrincham, it's still a lot of football to be played, but look like they'll be safe from relegation, and a push for the playoffs looks perhaps unlikely. But do you think for them there's still something left in this season?
I'd say so. I mean, a top mid-table finish would be nice. I mean, promotion push would be nice, but I think they might slightly be unhappy having had an extra man. I mean, it's a shame, but I think they'll be mid-table by the end of the season.
Finally today we head to the Butcher's Arms to see the Droylsden side hoping to leapfrog Scarborough with a win. We head to the team from Droylsden TV for this one.
4th and 5th faced off at the Butcher's Arms Stadium as Droylsden took on Scarborough in a crucial Evo Stick North Division 1 clash. Bloods manager Dave Pace chose a predictably attacking line-up, partnering captain Kilheeney and Ben Deegan up front, with Sean Myler playing just behind. With the stakes being so high and the teams atop the table being separated by so few points, it came as no surprise the first half was so tight. The first chance of note fell to the visitors and to James Beadle, who momentarily had Craig Ellison worried with an attempted diving header after a brilliant cross from captain Bradshaw. Scarborough had the better of the opening 45 minutes, and the half's best chance fell to Cameron Murray, who saw his strike across goal saved by Ellison. The Bloods' only real chance in the half came just before the break, and saw Joe Cracknell in the visitors' goal stretching to stop a Monaghan cross looping into the top corner. If the first half was anticlimactic, the second was anything but. The action early on was very fiery, and a late challenge by James Beadle almost sparked ugly scenes. The referee and his assistants had a long chat, however decided against producing any cards. This delay to proceedings would come back to haunt Droylsden at the end of the game. Scarborough took the lead just before the hour mark when a perfectly weighted free kick caused all kinds of trouble in the Bloods box. The ball was eventually prodded home by Beadle to make it 1-0 to the visitors. Droylsden were appealing for a penalty moments later. However, with Scarborough's defenders so close to Kilheeney, it would be impossible to judge this as deliberate, and the referee said no penalty. The Bloods were level on 89 minutes and must have thought they'd retrieved a point. Ali Brown's long ball was met by Deegan, who found Kilheeney, who produced a fine finish. After a lengthy interruption to play earlier on, 5 minutes of added time were awarded, and Droylsden went in search of a winner. Ali Brown almost won the game, however his strike across goal sailed agonisingly wide. With almost the last kick of the game, Scarborough grabbed the winner. Captain Gary Bradshaw saw his chip cannon off the crossbar, however Thomas Corner charged in and tapped the ball home to give Scarborough a huge 3 points. The visitors were understandably delighted at the final whistle and celebrated with their travelling supporters. For Scarborough, this is a huge 3 points gained. For the Bloods, a cruel, cruel point lost.
Chances at both ends, but a fair result for Scarborough?
I'd say so. I mean, although it was a last-minute goal, Scarborough were completely dominant, especially in the first half where Droylsden only had one shot, which was supposed to be a cross anyway. So I'd say 2-1's a fair result.
Only 2 wins now for the Bloods in 2015. They'll want to rectify that.
They are indeed. I mean, they don't want to be plummeting towards the bottom of the table, especially after last season's awful relegation battle. I mean, Ben Deegan is scoring goals, which is a sign, I suppose, that they could potentially push for a playoff place. But I mean, they're very lucky how they started the season. They were, brilliant form. They had amassed a huge amount of points, and that's potentially what's keeping them up this season from being in a relegation battle.
So that's all from us here at Non-League Night. Remember, you can tweet us at Quays News using the hashtag Non-League Night, and we'll be back at the same time next week with all of this week's end goals in action. Good night.